Hey everybody, Ben here from the Bonehead podcast, and welcome to Star Player Spotlight. We are looking at all the stars that have been spawned in the Blood Bowl 2020 rulebook, and looking at their skills, looking at their stats, looking at which teams they can play for, and looking at their new special ability. Today we're going to be looking at a player that has no miniature, Zolcath the Zoat. Okay, Zolcath can be taken by teams with the Elven Kingdoms or the Lustrian Super League special rules. So at the moment, that is just Dark Elves, Elven Union, Wood Elves, and Lizardmen. Now, if we see Amazons released in a PDF format, I would imagine that they will also be able to take Zolcath. And if we see the NAF, for example, put together something for Slan teams, I again expect to see this. If High Elves land too, if they've got the Elven Kingdom rules, which they really should, Zolcath could be a bruiser for them as well. So Zolcath the Zoat is a bit of a bruiser. More importantly, he was introduced, I think, in the Wood Elf book, the Wood Elf Spike magazine. So brand new player. It was very exciting. The Zoat was back. They introduced a Zoat. The special rule here, excuse me, are you a Zoat? Is also pretty cool. So a Zoat is an old school Warhammer creature from Rogue Trader, from the first editions of Warhammer, that is essentially a lizardman style centaur. There's a load of lore and a load of where they came from, and it's just weird. So Zolts have kind of been put together and retrofixed more than a more than a George Lucas film. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see that we've got a Zoat. So let's have a look exactly what he does. So move 5, strength 5, agility 4+, passing 5+, and armor 10+ makes this dude interesting. Okay, so agility 4+ is quite bad. He's really an ogre at this point. 5, 4+, 5+, 10+. So this is an ogre star player, essentially. 230k. So not on the massive end of star players. Most of the star players we've seen now have been hitting 150k to 250. So Zolcath kind of fits in that medium build list. So all the skills in the world though. So disturbing presence, juggernaut, loner 4+, which you expect, mighty blow +1, which on a strength 5 piece you expect. Prehensile tail as a lizardman style centaur. Yep. Regeneration, that's interesting, and sure feet. Again, I think probably because of the stampeding centaur-like values. So, what does Zolcath bring to your team? For 230k, he brings strength 5, mighty blow. No combat skills. Okay, no block. He does have juggernaut, so if you're going to be blitzing around with Zolcath, you're going to be pretty safe. The loner 4+ is going to make me nervous as heck. But if you want that strength 5 piece, you can get it. And a bit of jugs, if you're blitzing, is going to keep you a little bit safe. Regen and AV 10+ is going to keep him around. So if you invest 230k, you are going to be able to have it for most of the game, which is really what you want when the piece is that expensive. Disturbing presence could be useful. So remember, this is being taken by an elf team, or lizards. So having that DP presence on the pitch, it's going to affect some of your other teams, but really the teams that are going to be passing and doing that kind of stuff are the teams that can take him. So it's an interesting mix there. Having sure feet, I think that's just a superfluous skill that just goes to, it's just there for the background really of the player. Let's have a look at the star player. Excuse me, are you a Zoat? So the special rule, once per game, when Zolcath is activated, he may gain the Hypnotic Gaze trait. You must declare this special rule is being used when Zolcath is activated. Oh, I mean, I love the theme of this. Excuse me, are you a Zoat? Like, we haven't seen Zoats for 25, 30 years, and the players are like, excuse me, you a Zoat? Like, distracted? I really like that. However, on an Edge 4, please, I really hate it. That is just garbage. This guy, if you're going to take him, you put him on the line and you punch things with him, because his strength 5 mighty blow can be risky with the loner 4+, but that's what you do. You put him there to punch things. He's got juggernaut, so he can be blitzing. What you're not doing is running around with this guy and rolling 4+ to take away some tackle zones. It gives you an option, okay, and we saw that in the previous seasons where we've seen like the ghost teams have Hypnogaze, and Hypnogaze can be really useful, but generally speaking, it doesn't always work on a 3+, and it's really going to be a bit of a waste of a strength 5 player to be doing that on a 4+. There will be times where it comes up, but it's not going to be all the time. So I mentioned right at the very beginning, this guy does not have a miniature from Games Workshop anyway, so you cannot just go buy him. What we think that means is that there's going to be a release soon with the missing star players, so hopefully we'll get a really cool Blood Bowl Zoat star player miniature. In the meantime, however, the Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress Deadly Alliance box set, which is in stock, you can get a Games Workshop Zoat. That's the good news. The bad news is that Zoat is £37.50, which is almost the price of 2 Blood Bowl teams. So if you want a Games Workshop Zoat that you have to convert the heck out of, you can go Games Workshop. But if you want a lush miniature that you do not have to convert, may I introduce you to Renick, the last one, from Grebo Games. So I'll put the link in the video notes below. This chunky boy is $19.99 in euros, so £20 in English money, and it's a beast. Okay, just look at it. I mean, the graphic I've got, it's not the most detailed, so please follow the link and have a look at the Grebo Games thing. It's not an affiliate thing, but it's just a really cool miniature. I would love an excuse to run this miniature, and it would make such a good Croxagore. That would make such a good Croxagore. I've just picked up a Fanath one, but that would make such a cool Croxagore miniature. Anyway, Croxagore. Grebo Games, Renick, the last one, €20. Expensive, but still cheaper than every single Forge World star player. So bear that in mind. If you want a really cool miniature for a big star player that you could then sub in as your Croxagore, check out Grebo Games, which I think I might have to just go and order one now. I might go order 2. We'll give one away. That's what we'll do. Ordering things. Damn, got to buy things for the podcast, right? Anyway, getting distracted. That is going to wrap up the Zoat. So Zolcath the Zoat. Interesting star player. Please do let me know in the comments below what you think of Zolcath. He's gone down in price, which makes him more affordable. 230 is now not bad. So if you go into a tournament, you might be able to squeeze him in. Again, elves, they have high TV. The chance of them running low on in petty cash is limited, but if you want a pretty reasonable bruiser star player for 230k, you can get him. I think he's medium. I think he'll turn up every now and again, and I think you'll find him to be a little bit subpar for the cost. But this miniature is pretty cool. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll see you again soon.